So you're currently out on tour in support of Scars and Stories, the recent release from February. And let's see, what is it? Heartbreaker was the current single on the market. If you can, tell me a little bit about the album.
The album's called Scars and Stories. We started writing for it maybe 2 years ago. And we had a couple key tracks that we were really stoked about, but hadn't quite locked in like what it was going to be yet, you know. And my bandmate Joe had this idea to travel, not on tour, just travel for the express purpose of writing and seeing what you got. So we went to New Orleans, I went to Cape Town and Kigali, Rwanda, and went to the mountains in Colorado and just kind of like soaked it up and wrote, drank the wine and ate the food and kind of wrote about what we saw, and the album just took off from there, kind of like jump-started everything.
With the songwriting and the traveling combined, your recent post on Facebook indicated you're heading to China and that you have to monitor the songs that you're going to be taking with you. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, I don't know if I should have posted that on Facebook. I did. I got that email. I was so excited just to go to Beijing, and also just how absurd it is that you have to submit lyrics to government. But whatever, more power to them. As long as I can play, I'm good.
So how many subversive songs are you taking with you?
Every single one of my songs are politically charged, and nobody knows. We'll find out, man. I'll let you know what they reject.
Well, you play a lot of festivals and a lot of venues and things of that nature. Do you have a preference? Do you like the smaller venues, mid-sized venues, full-blown festivals where there's 100,000 people? What do you prefer?
I think more than the size of the venue, I prefer hardcore fans who know the deep tracks, you know, the deep cuts. And I played both. I played big venues with tons of people, and small shows with 30 people, and everything in between. And at least the commonality that I can put my finger on is that everybody there knows the songs, knows the music. And, you know, as a songwriter, as a singer, it's, even if just selfishly, it's such a powerful thing to see a group of 50 kids or a group of 50,000 kids just belting out the lyrics. It's like the same feeling for me. Size-wise, it's just a different energy. You know, with a huge venue, you sort of have to raise your arms exaggerated to get everybody's attention. And in a little venue, you can just kind of turn your head sideways and smile, and everybody just erupts. So I love both, man. I would never be able to just settle on one.
When you're out on the road and going to the different venues or festivals or wherever, do you like to take a little bit of time in each city and kind of get to know the city a little bit, see some of the sights? And if so, what are the favorite things you like to do?
When I get to a city, I love finding kind of the beat-up places, the sort of underbelly of it. You know, for Nashville is a neighborhood called 12 South. 12 South?
Yeah.
Yeah. And, you know, New Orleans, you go to the Quarter, or, you know, here in Atlanta, you go to Little 5 Points, and just find those places that have somehow survived the corporate strip mall America that is, God bless, it's just like every city has like Walmart, Wendy's, and then some FedEx place, and
Chinese nail salon. And
yeah, and it's like the soul-sucking part of town. So I try to go on the opposite side of that. And you know, there's some cities like Atlanta that have that in one spot. Some places like, you know, Seattle or San Fran, or even Australia, and you go to Melbourne, it's like whole cities like that. So I love finding those places.
You're on the road a lot, and you're married, and some of your other band members have been married, have children, things of that nature. How does your family deal with you being on the road?
Being on the road with a family is really hard. I think that's probably been one of the biggest challenges to doing this well. A lot of people do it and their families fall apart simply because they're unable to sort of merge the two lives. Because you feel like a god out here, you know. Everybody sort of asks you if you need water every 10 minutes. And I come home and I'm like, nobody's asking me for water. What's the deal? You know, my wife's like, you can call your tour manager to get some water if you want.